In 1982, a dedicated group of Tang masters and instructors gathered in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, led by a visionary by the name of J. and us, the World Tang Association of Home. Now, 30 years later, we meet again here in Greensboro, North Carolina, with fellow members and many others to celebrate that same pioneering spirit, to celebrate our 14th annual World Championship, to celebrate the grand opening of our new World Headquarters in nearby Birmingham, and to celebrate our unfortunate of our new Grandmaster Association and our related the World Association.
Competitors, family members, and spectators, masters, black belts, and GUP students, little dragons and tiny tigers, old friends and new. They came to Greensboro, North Carolina on July 20th, 2012 to join once again in the camaraderie, ceremony, and celebration that is the World Tang Soo Do Association biannual World Championship.
Uniting us in brotherhood, spirit of Harang, spirit of Harang inspire us, spirit of Harang a guide. Wherever Tang Soo man walks, justice and honor meet. Injustice will be conquered through our hands and feet.
They also came to pay homage to the visionary leader who had, 30 years before, founded the association and led it to preeminence in global martial arts, Grandmaster and founder J. Shin. Bansu! Many hands joined to prepare the Coliseum for the competition, demonstrations, ceremonies, and fellowship that would follow the next 2 days. Volunteers began at the new World Headquarters in nearby Burlington, loading trucks and cars with banners, flags, score sheets, and stopwatches, and heading down the road to Greensboro. The Coliseum itself stood briefly empty, then volunteers began their work. The boxes came out of the trucks and were rolled onto the Coliseum floor. The championship banner was prepared and hung. Tournament programs and materials for souvenirs, scholarship, and building fund tables was unpacked. Plaques and trophies appeared from the many crates and were carefully arranged in front of the head table. Stanchions to mark the rings were assembled, and the setup crew began taping off the many rings. By the end of the day, the hundreds of items needed for the event, from stopwatches to scoring pads, were carefully set into their proper places by experienced hands, and the Coliseum was ready. 2 years of waiting, 2 years of planning, and 2 years of training culminated on Friday morning as the Coliseum filled and the competitors readied themselves for the challenges of the day.
Mozambique Tang Soo Do is first. JC Karate is second. River Valley Tang Soo Do is third.
Friday's events opened with the always anticipated performances by the creativity teams. This year, 13 teams from around the world set up their props, adjusted their costumes, and got last-minute instructions and words of encouragement as they prepared for their 5 minutes in front of the judges.
The only time we face the judges backwards is when Declan, when you're doing your flying sidekick.
I want to buy good school. This school is not for sale. My best student gets your best student, and we see who wins.
Our heritage comes from land and tradition. It is a significance.
We have winners in our creativity division. In third place, United States Karate Academy. In third place, Korean Martial Arts Institute. In second place, Valentin Karate. And in first place, Star World. Congratulations, everybody.
After congratulations, high fives, and handshakes, they made way for the next event, the Black Belt competition.
Shipsu or Tanchiita? Are there any questions?
Atención, estamos recopilando historias, anécdotas y memorias favoritas, mensajes inspiracionales acerca del gran maestro Tang.
If you make contact, we cannot award you a point. Okay? So get them close, keep them under control, and we'll award them. All right? Everything is above the waist. Okay? No punches to the head. All right. Any questions? Go! Hey!
me young! Us!
the abilities that you have now can become that much better just from doing the good hard work that you've already obviously been doing. So keep up the good work. Good job.
Third, second, first.
Sir, nice to meet you, sir.
One, two, three.
Saturday's opening ceremonies began with a welcome to all participants from Master Nate Gordon and the introduction of Grandmaster Shin's family.
I'd like to introduce the family of Grandmaster Shin.
With a shared sense of purpose and spirit, members of the World Tang Soo family, every rank and every age, joined together in the traditional opening day warm-ups. Warm-ups concluded, the participants and spectators settled quietly to hear from Grandmaster Robert Bodwin.
Fellow martial artists, dignitaries, guests, Mrs. Shin and family, we are here to celebrate our leader, the President, Grandmaster J.C. Shin.
Estamos aquí reunidos solemnemente para honrar la memoria del Gran Maestro Shin.
One more time,
Una vez más,
we'd like to bow our heads, a moment of silence,
inclinamos nuestras cabezas en silencio.
think of how Grandmaster Shin has touched our lives.
Y pensar en todas las maneras que el Gran Maestro Shin ha tocado nuestras vidas.
Paro, as you think of how he touched your life,
Según han
And-
pensado cómo ha tocado sus vidas,
we want to celebrate all the good things that he gave us.
queremos celebrar todas las cosas buenas que nos dio.
You are his legacy.
Ustedes son su legado.
He wants us to be strong and carry on all the principles of our beautiful art of Tang Soo Do.
El que siempre quiso que fuéramos fuertes y continuemos adelantando todos los principios del arte del Tang Soo Do.
Tomorrow, we will see the dream come true as we see the building that Grandmaster Shin believed in and had the vision for.
Mañana veremos un sueño hecho realizado. El sueño del Gran Master Shin de tener el edificio de los cuarteles hecho.
We are thankful that he had the joy of seeing his dream come true and living there, being there.
Un sueño que él tuvo la oportunidad de ver realizado.
So we celebrate all the things he stood for and continue his legacy.
Así que nos preparamos para continuar por todo lo que él luchó y seguir adelantando su legado.
As part of our leadership, I would like to introduce our senior masters and have them make a reaffirmation of our pledge.
As a professional master, I swear honor, pride, and loyalty. On the master's sword. To the art of Tang Soo. In the world of Tang Soo Association. In the world of Tang Soo family. Tang Soo!
At the return of the Mantle Cup, Joel Zuniga from Costa Rica. Return of the Female Cup, Ariana Bambushu, South Carolina.
Honored during the opening ceremonies were the 2012 Hall of Fame Award winners. The 2012 Studio of the Year Award went to Karate Masters. The 2012 Humanitarian of the Year Award went to John Robertson. The 2012 Community Service Award went to Master Mary Jansen. Jeanette Arteca was the 2012 Student of the Year. The 2012 Family of the Year was the Miller family. The 2012 Instructor of the Year went to Kristen Winscoe. The 2012 Master of the Year was Master Jim Mars. Years of training and dedication are necessary to achieve master rank in the World Tang Soo Do Association. An important part of every World Championship is the presentation of those who have made that commitment and attained the ranks of Senior Master and above. Opening ceremonies ended with two special demonstrations. The first featured an enthusiastic performance by some of the association's youngest members. Then, it was time for the Masters celebration demonstration. A highlight of every World Championship is the Tiny Tiger and Little Dragon competition. Designed for children 3 to 7 years old, it starts with young where children can do any form or series of moves they know.
Division 247, 248, and 249.
Varones, 17 a 21 años, cinturón azul, divisiones 262A, 263A.
262, 263A, 264A, Division S4.
Varones, 17 a 21, cinturón azul, división 262A, 263A, 264A. Recuerda la área de preparación, extensión a la derecha de la mesa principal.
There's a recall for the Division 191 and 192.
For the Tiny Tigers and Little Dragons, the Darien competition is a belt grab game. The child to grab all 4 pieces of the belt first, or pull out the most pieces of the belt after a 2-minute time limit, is the winner.
All right, ready? Go. Go, up, up. Oh, it's a tough match. Come on back. Come on back. All right, guys did awesome. Give me attention. Bow. Give each other a high five. All right, give me a right hand. 1, 2, 3. Ah, awesome job. Good job. Give me a high five. Oh, give me a high five. Good job. Nice job. Nice job. Good job. Nice work. 1, 2, 3.
As Saturday's GUP competition got underway in earnest, more than 40 rings sprang to life. Children, adults, and seniors of every rank, white belts to Chodambos, gathered in their assigned rings, while the judges issued last-minute instructions and offered enthusiastic encouragement to all.
Damas, 11 azul,
Everybody does this before? Awesome. No, first time. What's your name? Doing weapons first. So just the weapons. On the line. Okay, good. Have you seen
Good. Watch it out. Good. Step back behind the ring and listen for your names, gentlemen. Permission, I'd like to provide 6 young
Ring C5.
Tang.
Dama, 17 a 4 años, cinturón azul, divisiones 259, 260, 261, reportarse al área de preparación C3, a la derecha de la mesa.
No touching to the head at all. This should be warning. Warning to the head, no touch at all. That's gonna be warning. This, no point. This gonna be a warning. Everybody understand? Okay, you understand? No touch, no points. This over here, anything from here is good. From this line back, no good. Okay? That's easy. Everybody understand? Everybody smiling? Let's get it on.
Go! 35 to 49. Movement.
Judges, go! One over here, blue, fight it.
By midday, every ring was a center of activity. Taking a break from the competition, participants had a chance to meet and get their picture taken with Grandmaster Bodwin and to ask him to sign their championship t-shirts, medals, and dough box. At the Building Fun table, Grandmaster Shin's books were on display, including the new Volume 6, The Master's Training Text. The Building Fund raffle table and souvenir tables were also popular stops. At the scholarship table, the Master's trading cards were very sought-after items, especially the cards for Grandmaster Shin and Grandmaster Bodwin.
I'm going to put that in $1. Thank you. Individually, $1 card, $10 for the Grandmaster.
Later, some took the opportunity to seek out their favorite masters for an autograph or two.
Hey, double dragon!
Double dragon! 7.7, 8.3, 8.2. Jamie went up. 7 spins on
Go! right, good luck. Let's go. For first and second. Pay attention, guys. Ready? Wait!
This is a last call. 11, 12, and 13-year-old red belts, Division 219, 220, and 221. Please report to ring C5 immediately. Female, 35 and older, white and orange belts, Division 303, brown, red, and blue belts, Division 164, 165, and 166.
Before the awarding of the championship cups, Grandmaster Bodwin took a special moment to thank the many volunteers who had worked so hard to make the championship a success. The judges, scorekeepers, timekeepers, and everyone who had put in so much time behind the scenes.
But we'd like to say special gratitude to the people at the front table who ran this event. And we had promised Grandmaster Shin we'd finish at 4 o'clock. We're right about on time, and we owe it to the people behind the desk.
Then it was time to announce the Cup winners. Celebrations lasted long after closing ceremonies. Groups gathered for commemorative photos, and everyone paused to share the moments of joy and pride.
1, 2, 3, World Cup 2!
Alright, right hand up! 1, 2, 3!
Tang!
The World Championship has always been about much more than just competition. It's a gathering of family, and the family of Tang Soo-do intended to keep the party going well after the tape had been taken up from the Coliseum floor. That night featured a very special gathering. The Masters and Don members of the World Tang Soo-do Association, their families, and special guests came to honor the 30-year Masters, a dedicated group of 20 men and women who have devoted themselves to the art of Tang Soo-do for the last 30 years or more. After dinner, many stories about Tang Soo Do training and lessons learned from Grandmaster Shin were shared.
I'd just like to share you one common wisdom with him. Klaus, remember my words. Martial arts is not be able and skilled any kind of fancy technique. Sharing everyday life together, stick together in brotherhood and help each other. That is what martial arts is. We have a task, a duty. We stick together no matter what it costs to fulfill his dream, what was for him the most important. And we are here to witness that we have to do it. That I ask you, Tang Soo.
He had a vision for us. He carried us through part of his mission. He set goals for us in the process. And like Master Krogman said so eloquently here, we must be unified. We must carry that vision forward. We did it in the championship. We proved to him as he's watching over us here that it can be done. And with Grandmaster Bodo in there at the helm at this time, taking over, we all worked together, I think, for the best championship I've ever had. So I leave you with this. We're all in this. They've been here 30 years. Some of you out there have been here 30 years or more. Keep in mind his vision, and we must keep in mind that it is a process, and keep this organization growing. It is the premier organization in the world, and I'm very happy to be part of it. I'm a small part of it, as we all are, but these small parts add into something very, very large and very, very powerful.
We've had some successful events and people working hard together, and tomorrow we share the celebration of his legacy, and we know, like Robert said, the church last week, that will stay in my mind forever, that the true legacy was not that building. It was symbolic of all he stood for, but it was the people that he touched. Unity has come up several times, and these people stand for that. I'm so proud to be a part of this organization, to be influenced by Grandmaster Shin, and to share our lives together to help us make a better humanity out there, making life better. And I'm honored to be here with you that way. Congratulations. 30 years. Let's do it again. Thank you very much. Good job. Tang Soo.
Sunday morning. It was an historic moment, a landmark in the growth and development of the World Tang Soo Do Association and the fulfillment of a long-held dream. The new world headquarters of the World Tang Soo Do Association was many years in the making. For the past 2 decades, Tang Soo Do members had contributed their time and their talent. The generous contributions of more than 9,000 Tang Soo Do members, individuals and studios from around the world had made possible a structure that was much more than bricks and mortar, wood and steel. The new headquarters was the physical embodiment of a global brotherhood and a permanent home for every member of the World Tang Soo Do family. And that family gathered on Sunday morning to dedicate the new building and to honor what it represented.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Forever Tang Soo and lost, justice and honor meet. Justice will be foughten through our hands and feet. World Tang Soo, we will guard and defend World Tang Soo. Tang Soo, let us shout our great name to the world.
What a wonderful day. We gotta shout with joy at count of three. Hana, 둘, 셋, 박수!
Whereas, Grandmaster Jade Chulshen greeted everyone with a warm, courteous smile. Whereas, Grandmaster Jade Chulshen was an ambassador for the art of Tang Soo Do worldwide. Whereas, Grandmaster Jade Chulshen's dream led to the development of the #1 martial arts organization in the world. Whereas, Grandmaster Jade Chulshen's dedication to the development of his students and followers is widely known. And whereas, Grandmaster Jade Chulshen displayed determination, professionalism, and maintained tradition. Now, therefore, it is resolved that on this occasion, the Board of Directors of the World Tang Soo Do Association, on behalf of the membership, do hereby express profound gratitude to him for the privilege of his leadership and inspiration. The World Tang Soo Do Association proudly dedicates this World Headquarters building to the memory of our beloved founder, Grandmaster Jade Chulshen. Grandmaster Shen was a dreamer and a doer, and this building and the World Tang Soo Do Association are living legacies to his efforts and his dreams.
Just hold with your left cup with your right, and then everybody's got 하나, 둘, 셋, 시작! 하나, 둘, 셋, 시작! 하나, 둘, 셋, 시작! Ready, everyone? 완전 MC. 하나, 둘, 셋, 시작! 하나, 둘, 셋, 시작! Ladies, gentlemen, ladies, congratulations. For Gwanjanim Shin, you did it, guys. 하나, 둘, 셋, 시작! Congratulations.
After the ribbon-cutting ceremonies, some of the many Tang Soo Do members who had contributed to the Plant a Tree campaign for the new headquarters had an opportunity to mark their trees with a commemorative donor tag.
All right, you ready? Now it's really in there. That deserves a Tang Soo. Yeah, absolutely. Tang Soo! Dragonheart Tang Soo Do is proud to claim. Water our trees. Wish it good health, long life. Make our headquarters beautiful.
The friends and family of Tang Soo Do then gathered to honor and pay their quiet respects to the visionary who had, 3 decades before, imagined a great martial arts organization, a brotherhood and sisterhood dedicated to preserving and extending the legacy of Tang Soo Do. A father figure to some, a great leader to all, a man of skill, wisdom, compassion, and endurance, Grand Master Jay Chul Shin.
Miss Shin, Munsu, Kathy, Robert, and all family members and friends. You've got to live well with this beautiful marriage. That's what he wants. Life must go on. You must carry on the works he left behind. He's with us and will be in everyone's hearts forever. His legacy will forever reside in his constilled friends.
Guanchen Shin never gave up on his dream. Today, here we all are experiencing firsthand the fruit of that dream. He has touched the lives of everyone here in a very special way. He looked after us like a father, giving love when needed, giving tough love when needed, and now giving us this beautiful home. He once said, "We may not be able to change the world, but we can change the world of our own hearts." But look around today and you can see that we really can change the world. 30 countries here represented with one common theme, to become better people and to make the world of our hearts a better place. If you throw a pebble into a lake, the ripples it creates go on and on. Think of yourselves as pebbles being thrown into the lake, and we can create ripples upon ripples and touch the lives of so many people around the world by continuing Guanchen dream to spread the art of Tang Soo Do. The building was not going to be his legacy. That all of those people, all of you, are his legacy. Mrs. Shin, Kathy, Robert, rest of the family, thank you so much for sharing him with us and for making so many sacrifices. And today I know it's difficult to see beyond the sorrow. I hope looking back on all the happy memories will help comfort you tomorrow.
I have been blessed to be not just a World Tang Soo Do member, but to be also son of a musician. When first he came in Africa and he met me, I was in South Africa, and I was working and learning martial art. He said, "Okay, you are from Mozambique." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, I'm working here." He said, "But you already black belt in Tang Soo Do?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Why don't you go back to your country?" I said, "Sir, I have work here." He said, "No, you are afraid to make a new step." And I said, "Sir, I've got a family here." He said, "Yes." Years back, I also had the same, or was in the same situation you are now when you came to America. It's up to you to choose to begin a new life on your own, or to live the life of others. So these words were very touching to me. The only thing I can say is, one more time, let's stick together and accomplish our legacy, the World Tang Soo Do Association. From Mozambique, Grand Master.
ourselves enough about the kind of person he was and how he led us to become, as Master Strong mentioned last night at the 30-year anniversary dinner, the premier Tang Soo organization in the world. He had a unique ability to seek out and recognize qualities in all of us. He led us in a direction that shaped our lives and character. He did help change the world, and he did make it a better place. While assisting him in many international events, thousands upon thousands of people waiting for photos and autographs, endless lines, just to have a chance to touch him. It was a treasured experience just to see that.
It is a great loss to all of us. I just want to share a couple of stories with you. The first one, when I first met him. As most of you know, the headquarters required, the stairs were quite steep. And I had my daughters who's about 1.5, 2. We had a stroller. So as soon as I seen the headquarters building, I run up the stairs and gone into a toilet, started looking around and stuff. I seen an Oriental gentleman who went down and picked my baby up, moved down, took the stroller up. He did the same to my sister-in-law and my little boy. And I look over my shoulder and I see this gentleman doing this, and I'm thinking, I think he's a kind of I think he works here. I think he's a cleaner, I thought, to be honest with you. He came in and he said, my name is Jim. I thought, oh God, he's Professor Jim. From that day onward, I knew that he was a true grandmaster. He was proud of every one of us. Every one of us. And less from us, we should be proud of him all our lives. His name is Tang.
So we all have experiences with Kwang Jen Nim, and I'd like to tell you a short story. There's a boat on the seas. It's very dark. There's a lot of wind. It's turbulent. The boat is spinning. It's shaking. There's a lone sailor in the boat, and he's losing his path. But in the distance, through the fog, he sees a small light. And so he tries as hard as he can to get to that light. And as he gets closer, he sees that the light gets brighter and stronger. And soon he's able to touch shore, and he's finally home. Well, Kwang Jen Nim is similar to that great light. And although physically he's not here, within each one of us, he's placed a small part of that light. So that in the future, for generations, when we combine that light, then we can bring a little bit of heaven to earth. It is a shame and brought me back. Thank you for sharing all this.
The world is a better place because of him, because of his presence among us, not just in this country, in this place, but across the world. This is a celebration. This is a recognition of a rite of passage, of his passing, and a continuation of his dream on this solemn occasion. It is his wish. It was his wish. We have talked about this many times, and that of the family and the masters who are gathered here, that we remain unified and that we may remain steadfast as a group to maintain his vision, to maintain the purpose, to continue the goals that he has established for us forever. We will miss you dearly, Grandmaster Shin. Rest in peace and know that we are here with you and that you're here with us in spirit, and that we will carry on your vision for the rest of our lives. Tang Soo.
Everyone here has had a relationship with Grandmaster Shin. He was many things to many different people. These are my observations. He was very wise, and I will miss his wisdom. He was honest, very genuine. What you saw, that was the man you got. He was gentle, kind, humble, intelligent. He was the most intelligent person I ever met. He was disciplined, very disciplined person, but he taught self-discipline. And so, just by watching him and being around him, made you want to be a better person, made you want to be a better life. His character was a very serious father figure for everyone that knew him, I believe, for me especially. He was a teacher, very good teacher, and a very good family man. I got to observe that. He loved his family. He was a diplomat, always willing to listen, and he was a peacemaker. And he was a great friend.
50 years I had the pleasure knowing Grandmaster Shin. And one of the lessons, I'll just share with you just one, that he had the character, and I knew I just have to follow his example. I learned about leadership in my other professions, and I said, to be the great leader, you follow an example and set an example. And he was the greatest example I could find. Trust. I used that at the board meeting the other day, that I thanked for the trust that was given to me by Grandmaster Shin. And to learn how to be trustworthy is keeping your promises. I want to keep my promise. I will serve you to the best of my ability and fight as hard as I can to uphold the principles that Grandmaster Shin instilled in all of us. Our job is to protect what he stood for and to make this a better world like he did. Let's keep on doing it. Carry on. I promise.
It's not very often one gets the opportunity to see a person's lifelong dream actually come true. It is even rarer to see that dream come true for someone you love, especially a family member. On May 9th this year, I was with my father when he arrived here in Burlington and saw the completed headquarters building with his own eyes for the very first time. As you may know, sometimes my father was not a man of many words. Sometimes. But on this occasion, one word was enough, and that word was wow. Wow, he said, as we drove up late at night, with the spotlight shining on the building as we approached. Wow, he said, as he looked upon the giant World Tang logo made of tiles on the atrium floor. At home, my father was a humble man. He did not brag or even talk about his many accomplishments. In fact, I never, ever truly realized or appreciated the full impact of his life's work until many, many years later. Only when I began to see his influence on so many people, so many children, so many students, did I realize just what my father did at work. Now I see your many emails, cards, and messages from all over the world that you love him as much as I do too. He was not just my friend and teacher, but your friend and teacher. He was not just my father, but your father. The father of the World Tang Association family. But while only the first part of his dream has become reality, I want you to remember, buildings are only part of a man's legacy. A person's true legacy is what he shares with the world. It is you, his thousands and thousands of students and friends, who are his real legacy. You, in the students you teach, the traditions you pass on, the values you instill, and the examples you set. When I was a kid, people would ask me, what does your father do? I would say, he's a karate instructor, which on the playground at least was very, very cool. Way better than just having a dad who was a doctor or a scientist or an engineer. But today I think karate instructor, somehow that doesn't accurately describe or do justice to what my father did and who he was. In the same way, the World Tang Soo Do Association isn't just a bunch of karate schools. It's something much, much more. Something special, something rare, made up of uniquely great people from all over the world. Great students who, in turn, have become great teachers. When a family loses its leader, it is only natural for us to ask, what will become of us now? But the family my father left behind will actually become stronger, closer. My father's already taught us everything we need to know. He's provided us with the tools to succeed. We only have to use them. Every time you gee up, every time you call shut up, every time you shout Tang Soo, my father lives on. You speak for him. You are his voice. His spirit and his dream for Tang Soo Do will always be alive in you, his true legacy. Thank you.
We have 9 doves that represent Kwanjaa Nim Shin's pure heart and spirit, and also him giving us the direction, the energy, and the freedom to continue his dream of spreading Tang Soo Do around the world. Kwanjaa Nim Bodwin, Master Strong.